western fringes of the Kruger National Park. That is a beautiful little 11-month-old leopard. And my name is James Henry, and over the next 10 minutes we're going to sit with this leopard and see what she does live from the Kruger Park. Let's go straight back there. Now what she's doing is, we think she's looking for her brother, the same age obviously, the same litter, and she's in here with him waiting for their mother to come back. She went off hunting this morning. Now she's one of the favourite characters that we have out here, and what we're doing is something called Safari Live. Safari Live is a live safari, funnily enough, and we do this twice a day, every single day, broadcasting from this gorgeous area, following the lives and stories of these amazing cats. And not only the cats, of course, the elephants, and you can see how close she's got to us. This is very special. Let me get my head out the way. I'm just going to let her walk up this termite mound. Isn't this special? I will tell you about what we do just now. Hello, TJ. You're wondering about whether or not there could be a lion encounter here? TJ, it's possible, but it's highly unlikely. We pretty much know where the lions are at this stage. We think they're north of the reserve and not around where we are now. And because lions are territorial, it's often not that difficult to tell where they are. So we think that's pretty much unlikely that she's going to have a conflict with some lions. Now, as I was saying, we do this every day, twice a day, once in the morning from 5 to 8, and once in the evening from 4 to 7. And we follow the lives of these animals and have the most wonderful time. My friend Taylor is sitting with a terrapin as we speak. A terrapin, of course, is a little reptile, and we've just had some wonderful rain, so that's why she's spending time with a couple of reptiles at the moment. We've come out of a horrible drought, and in case you're wondering where we are, we're in the northeast corner of South Africa, and I'm sure most of you will have heard of the great Kruger National Park. Well, that's where we are. We're on the western fringes of that great conservation area. And most excitingly, today we did our first of 8 live broadcasts to Nat Geo Wild television. So if you want to watch us on TV, you can do that. You just go along to, well, Nat Geo Wild, I suppose, and you'll find us there. We are live from 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday evenings. I'm just going to move slightly here. Let me just move around a bit here. We're going to just move very slowly. Yeah, Shani, she is actually a cub. You say, is she a cub? Yes. She's 11 months old. We've known her since birth, since she was born on the 2nd of February 2016. And so we know her very well. And the reason we get to know these animals well, of course, is because they are territorial. Not the cubs, but her mother's very territorial. And so her mother will kind of keep them in around about the same area. Now, because she's on her own, we're not going to get too close unless she comes towards us. And that's what she did a little bit earlier on. So I'm just going to give her a bit of a wide berth and go around this way so I don't make too much noise, keeping an eye out all the time for her brother, because leopard, of course, its greatest strength is its ability to be invisible. I didn't want to make this noise around her, you see. Linda, yes, you see, this is why we do what we do out here. You say to be in their presence is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Right, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to get Rion to put the camera on her just to show how amazingly cleverly hidden she is. Can you see her there? See how beautifully hidden she is? And that is how a leopard kills, of course. Hello, Sayesh. You're wondering about leopards and whether they live in packs. You know they don't. The only cat that lives in a social group out of choice is the lion, and sometimes male cheetahs. But only the cat is at least the lion is a truly social cat. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's just seeing if she can't find something to eat or her brother. Oh, what a picture that is. Then, the other thing I need to tell you is that we don't only do this in vehicles, of course. We've got FW out on foot as we speak. Hello, CJ. You ask a very good question. Are we allowed to hit the tiny trees with the car? CJ, we are, for two reasons. Some of the trees that we hit are, in fact, encroacher species, which means we don't really want them here anyway. And most of them, however, don't die when you hit them. Even trees like this one, which I'm going to run over, will pop up behind the car. So although it makes a nasty sound, like that, they will pop up afterwards. So don't worry about the trees. And Kathy, you're wondering if the leopards ever try and attack us. Kathy, they don't. There she is. The leopards never try to attack us unless we really irritate them. Now, a little leopard like this is highly unlikely to become very irritated because she's very young. But her mother has got irritated with us before, and so we're always very careful around her mother. You want to give them as much space as they need. You don't want them to ever feel threatened or afraid. And so we'll always try and be as respectful as possible to them and make sure that they're not scared of being around us. And as long as we treat them like that, well, they seem to be okay with us. Hello, Shanghai. That's a very good question from you. You say, is there any fear of them going extinct? Shanghai, there's always that fear. And, you know, I guess we have that fear, but we don't really know how real it is with leopards simply because we don't know how many there are. So there's lots and lots of research into leopards, but we have absolutely no idea how many leopards there are in the world. We're pretty sure that their numbers are going down simply because we know that, you know, human beings are taking up more and more of the world. But at the same time, we also know that leopards can live just about anywhere. And so although things are not great for leopards, we think they're okay. See if she pops around the corner there. There she is. There she's chasing something. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, let's move a little bit forward. Hello, Simon. You also ask a very good question. You say, do we put tracking devices on the leopards? Absolutely not. No, we don't put tracking devices on the leopards. And it's a good question because you might be wondering to yourself, how on earth do we find them if they don't have tracking devices on them? Well, the way is just because we track them on foot and we know their tracks and we know the areas in which they live. Oh, there was a scrub hare. That's what she was chasing. Well spotted there, Rian. That was a little rabbit type animal, and she obviously spotted that from a long way off. Now you can see how far she's moved. I'm not surprised at all that her brother hasn't been seen. All right, everyone, that's going to be it from us. We are going to probably carry on and see what else we can find today. Remember, we do this twice a day, every day, 5 to 8 in the morning, 4 to 7 in the afternoon. Taylor is sitting with them. Not sure what she's sitting with at the moment. It'll be something interesting. FW is on foot, scouring the landscape. But also, remember, we are on TV, Nat Geo Wild in North America, from 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Sunday night from now until, well, the end of February. We'll see you on Safari soon. Bye-bye. you.